especially starters.
So they move the ball back to the 19-yard line, and they're going to go upstairs, and it's complete up to the 40-yard line. So that's DeAndre Mitchell, the junior out of Mesquite, Texas, who started his college at Texas. Ball on the 16-yard line. Bounces outside. It's Singletary inside the 5. Singletary lost the football in the end zone. What a backbreaker that is after a fantastic drive by FAU. They're going to come up empty.
Ball loose.
In the middle, lineman averaging about 6 penalties a game, 12 in the first 2. Parr flush from the pocket, gets up over the 20-yard line, 25, and sidesteps a would-be tackler, and gets up close to the 35-yard line. As a matter of fact, I think they'll spot it at the 35. 21 on the play. First sack of either team here in 2017. Here's Howell. Howell has some running room up over the 50, 45, just inside the 40-yard line. Buddy Howell was almost a 1,000-yard rusher, but his role has been diminished this year.
Especially off the left-hand side. It's very similar to the Pittsburgh Steelers running back right now, the way that they run. They run pretty tall and upright, watch their hole develop, and let it go.
Howell goes for 22 on that play, so he's got a 32 and a 22-yard pickup. Parr inside the 5, and Parr takes it in for the touchdown.
Their tackles. They missed so many tackles at the beginning of that football game to go ahead and let Wisconsin jump out 14 on them.
Here's a little boot kick, an onside kick by the Owls. Heads up play, the ball is loose inside the 35-yard line. It's still loose. There's a scramble for the ball at about the 26-yard line. And the Owls cross up the Wild.
So they got a counter for it.
Another first down, it's 1st and goal. Parr swings it out. This is going to be a touchdown pass, and it goes to Harrison Bryant. So Parr with a running touchdown, and now with a throwing touchdown. Bryant, the sophomore out of Gray, Georgia. Changing quarterback now for Lane Kiffin's really mixing it up now. And so the Owls going with number 12 that time. It's going to be a former quarterback. That's John Franklin, one of the wide receivers.
Letting it eat.
Parr smelling that end zone. Can he taste another touchdown?
Yep.
So Daniel Parr, his second rushing touchdown here. Twins at the top of your screen again for the 5th-year senior. Play action, looking that way. Flush from the pocket, and he's going down. There's a sack for the Owls. They're not going any further. They hit a wall.
You got FAU in their nickel defense. They got number 21 out there, Miller, on the slot.
Trips at the top of your screen, and the Owls are going to get another sack. Not quite as egregious as they have been in the first 2 games. The penalties, turnovers can break your back. Solomon.
There you go.
Boy, Solomon back on the field for the first time after his 2-game suspension. Hasn't lost anything as far as his wheels as he turned the corner.
Flag here. Frustration is setting in.
Parr steps up, fires, and this one is picked off at the 10-yard line. It's going to be Daquan Richardson, guilty of that infraction, comes back and redeems himself with the INT.
Football offense goes ahead and gets their 6 points. It's time for them to go ahead and act and go 3 and out again.
Howell slides through a hole on the right side, puts his head down, finally dropped inside the 15-yard line. So Buddy Howell having a big game, 828 yards, 13 touchdowns last year.
I didn't know.
Here's the 3rd and 6. Singletary breaks through. Singletary's going to go in for the score. Devin Singletary here at Florida Atlantic. Just inside the uprights, so he's perfect on PATs and drills it from 46.
Called me and said, "You're out. Can we get back?" And Bethune-Cookman was actually in Baton Rouge, so we needed to make sure they could get back. So
here goes Howell, broke free. Buddy Howell inside the 30, 20, 15, 10. Finally stopped just inside or outside the 5. Elliott Miller made a touchdown saving tackle, and Buddy Howell is having a game to remember. 6
angles, and all of a sudden he gets sneak out behind those big offensive linemen.
Mentioned 271 yards shy of cracking the top 3 all time at FAU, and he's in for the touchdown. He might get the 271 here tonight. That pushes the lead to 37-0. 5:29 to go. Talk about
solution for anything that we were delivering, and obviously creating some havoc on our side as well.
I think someone did a study, like that game actually had the most NFL players in any national championship game up until that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you how the depth of talent on both sides is incredible.
I'll never forget coming into contact with Nick Mangold in Key West. And Nick.
Here's the fumble that you might have missed when we were off the air. Tupac Ismay coughed up the football, and Thule scooped it up and just rambled into the end zone for the score to make it 45 to nothing.